Goodbye for now then, but we really are just getting started. Make sure you join us again for... Greetings and welcome to Jeddah for what promises to be a thrilling Formula 2 race. So let's examine the Jeddah Street circuit. As you can see, this has the potential to be a very challenging track for our young F2 drivers. We'll get a good chance to see which of them have been able to best capitalise on their time spent here in practice earlier this weekend. And like the other street circuits on the calendar, the lack of runoff is going to make sections of this track very punishing if the drivers get it wrong. Let's hope we avoid having to bring out the safety car this time around. Let's look at the grid order for today's race while the cars make their final preparations. Ace lines up on pole position, and it's Jehan Daruvala in P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Bearman, Pourchaire, Ayumu Awasa, Martins, Novalak, Miney, Hauger, Frederick Vesti, Fittipaldi, Correa, Arthur Leclerc, Jack Doohan, Maloney, Cordial, Benavides, and Richard Verschoor. Hadjar, Stanek, Nissany, and Ralph Boschung completes the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track. It is the Formula 2 race. It is time to introduce you to Alex Brundle. I'm Alex Jakes, and we've got changeable weather out there today. That's making for some nervous team personnel down in the paddock, down in the pit lane.
There are going to be some quivering hands on the tyre guns, aren't there, when they tighten up what could easily be the wrong specification of tyre completely for the conditions. It's a gamble out there.
Okay, mate, we've got some clear track around us now, so let's use it and make this next lap a quick one. Let's go. Yeah, really good job on hitting that target, mate. Nice work. Still a long way to go, though. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 20.6 seconds. Teammate behind, 20.3 seconds. Okay, they're on fresh super soft tyres. They're in 18th. We don't have the data for that, I'm afraid. Your last lap time, 1 minute 53.4. Okay, mate, final lap. Keep your concentration and let's bring it home.
Nice one. Very lovely drive. On to the next one.
Ah, fantastic drive. That's just fantastic. Amazing. You deserved that race win. Well done, mate.
A great win then for Hi-Tech GP today.
Have you seen one quite as dominant as that, Jakesy? I'm not sure I have. They led every single lap of that one, lights to flag.
And it's time now for the podium celebrations, and how well deserved is this one? What a fantastic victory for Hi-Tech GP. There will be plenty more twists and turns to come this season. I hope you'll join us at the next race when Formula 2 returns.